April 2024 is a very important month when it comes to Indian chess, because for the first time the candidates is going to see 5 Indian players try out their best to challenge Ding Liren for the World Championship that will be held later in the year. But the venue and the country is Canada. Now, India and Canada relations in the past, they have deteriorated, especially in the last 4 to 5 months at least. Because of this, there is a threat that perhaps India's chess players may not get their visas on time. And that is a major issue that has prompted even FIDE to appeal to the Canadian government. So, what is the current issue that is developing at this point in time? Because candidates will be hosted in April in Toronto, Canada. April 3 to April 22. These are the dates in which all our 5 Indian chess players are really going to give it their all. But FIDE is really worried because of the lack of visa updates that has been given for the players. Normally, the visa process that you have to give for Canada and for the US in particular, it's a pretty tedious process. But at this point in time, Canada has been very slow over it. And you have to remember that something happened in October and November. Because of this, the visa process is not going to be expedited much. Due to the current situation, with now only 1 month and 2 days remaining, FIDE has released a statement on Twitter and they have tagged the Canadian government. It's an appeal that they have given to them. The appeal is stating, regrettably, players from various countries worldwide who submitted their visa applications a few months ago have not yet received any updates on their status. With only a month remaining till the FIDE candidates tournament, there are grave concerns about the timely arrival of the players to Toronto. There are 8 players in this list, both 16 if you look at both the men's and the women's section. 5 of them are from India. And when you look at the current Indo-Canada situation, it is a cause for concern. Preparation will go haywire if the likes of Pragnananda, Vidit Gujarati, then D. Gukesh, Vaishali Ramesh Babu and also Koneru Hampi, they cannot make it. Because a similar thing had happened with Vishwanathan Anand in 2010, but in that case it was a natural calamity. In most of the cases, the other players, the host organizers, FIDE, they are not that flexible. And that is the reason why getting the visa and arriving well before time in Canada is very important for them. But why will the task be even more complicated for India's players? Because India and Canada's bilateral relationships are at an all-time low. And it all started in September-October, when bilateral ties were suspended after the murder of a Sikh separatist. The Sikh separatist was operating from Canada when he was murdered. Canadian officials had stated that yes, India's hand is behind all this. But India had vehemently denied, and that has resulted in frustrating relations between India and Canada. But at this time, visa services were also suspended, but they were partially restored in November 2023. But how quickly the visa process can get expedited, that remains to be seen now. Because with only a month to go, maybe all the players had submitted it much before. But because of what happened in November 2023, the visa process will not be expedited quicker. And if they don't get the visa on time, then their chances of qualifying even for the World Championship take a big hit. Now, looking at the current situation, why this is important? Indo-Canada relationships can hurt India's chess players in the candidates, because the candidates, as I've been saying, is your last semi-final. It's a semi-final before the final. Whoever wins candidates will challenge Ding Liren for the World Championship. First time, looking at how the situation was, Canada was given the hosting rights, looking at how big their chess is growing. There are very popular chess players who are making it big in the chess circuit. But now everything changed in September, October, and now FIDE is like scrambling to ensure all the players get it. And for India, why this is so important? For the first time in their history, 5 chess players have made it to the candidates. Pragnananda made it because he made it to the final of the World Cup. Vidit Gujrati won the Grand Swiss tournament, and D. Gukesh was one of the finishers in the FIDE curve, if you may look at the ranking circuit. Vaishali Ramesh Babu won the Grand Swiss, and that is why she got through to the candidates. And Koneru Hampi, just like Gukesh, finished in the FIDE circuit rankings. And that is why, for the first time, 5 Indians, you have a 30 to 40% chance of challenging the world champion. And if any of the Indian players win the candidates, then in chess's history, for the first time ever, you may see no European or Soviet influence. It will be maybe India versus China in the long run, but for that they have to cross the major hurdle of the visa, and we hope that the visa issues are sorted. Otherwise, a golden chance for Indian chess will slip away. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. We'll be back with more updates on Sports Today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.